Hello and welcome. This is PappaZappa, and we're here for part 9 of Mercenaries 2. Today, we'll be taking on the story missions for the Allied nations. There are 3 in total, of varying difficulty. We should do fine, though. So let's go ahead and get right on in.
How come I don't see you on TV in any of the press conferences?
Some people get press conferences and book deals. Some people...
Get to run the show from behind the scenes.
I'm Special Agent Joyce. You're Jennifer Mooey, formerly British Secret Service, military intelligence. You acquired a taste for the finer things in life and went freelance.
Do you know how little a real spy makes? Oh wait, who am I speaking to? Of course you do. Anyway, at the moment, I'm here for Solano.
Solano's no threat. To us. I'm staring at a land war with China, and I'm thinking it'd be real nice if I could get them out of this country with as few Allied casualties as possible.
So you can provide stability and democracy.
Sure, if there are any reporters around.
You need someone to take on a major superpower single-handedly. Good thing I'm available. For a price. And I need something from you.
Name it.
A nuclear bunker buster.
To crack Solano's hardened bunker. We quit manufacturing Earth-penetrating weapons in the 90s.
I notice you didn't say no.
I'm not saying no. I'm saying this will take a lot of work. More than one contract. You help us get China out of Venezuela so we can secure the peace. And I'll get you what you need.
Deal. Let's get started.
My opposite number in the Chinese army, General Peng, moved his artillery into the shantytown south of Caracas.
Shantytown. Lots of civilians. Now I know where you need me.
Well, I'm glad we understand each other. Get in there, take out the Chinese artillery, and verify the officer in charge. Civilian casualties are happily your problem. Officially, we don't know you.
And when I'm done?
Once you've cleared out the Chinese presence, we can help the people there.
So, I do all the heavy lifting alone, and then your boys come in and get all the credit.
You never struck me as being in it for the fame or glory. Just the cash.
And the nuke.
Right. Remember, this is only the beginning. You don't get your Earth-penetrating weapon
Nuclear bunker buster.
until China is out of Venezuela. This is the first contract. Do you accept?
Oh, that's a yes.
That should do it.
I don't have much choice.
Alright.
Working with the CIA again. Wonderful.
They're my favorite customers. Dirty deeds done for an exorbitant fee.
So we have a couple options here.
Chinese have concentrated their
In order to
artillery
take out
through
the artillery, we could either go with like a Chinese helicopter and just try and like cheese them. That's a simple way of doing it. However, I had a lot of fun last time in the Diplomat heavy tank, so as long as there's enough time to actually get to the Allied nations' positions,
Ooh, a tank.
this tank
So
should clear them out
expensive.
quite
And so
efficiently
easy
once
to
we get there.
hijack.
So let's go ahead and take our Abrams for a ride. I know it's been a while since we've gotten to a story mission, since we had to do the pirate side content, then the Chinese, then the Allied, all in a row. But we're happy to be back here with the story again. Get things going. I had a lot of fun doing the side content. It was definitely interesting going for that long in a video. It's for first for me. And for what it's worth, it's been really fun playing the Xbox 360 on the channel. This is my first game on there. I am curious, for you viewers out there, what other 360 games you'd like to see. I have quite a few, about 30 or 40 of them. But like, something I've been thinking about for another 360 game would probably be like Red Dead Redemption, the regular and or Undead Nightmare. Now, I did recently 100% Red Dead Redemption for the first time, so probably would be Undead Nightmare first. Doesn't make the most sense, like, if you don't know nothing about it, but, you know, that doesn't seem to be a problem for most people, I don't think. But then again, thinking of people who are aware of Red Dead 1 and not just 2, which might not be the largest percentage these days. Yeah, who knows? So I did go ahead and bribe the Chinese beforehand, just so, at least for the very first objective, I could just come in and punk them. But, you know, it'll probably get quickly changed, is my guess, as soon as I destroy this rocket artillery. Like that.
Nice. China can't dish out as much damage now.
And it is kind of funny, like, where are the Iron Mountain heavy tanks, right? Like, that Salamander APC, what is that going to do to me? Come on, get out of here.
The Chinese called for backup.
Oh, man, that's really unfortunate.
That one's
Alright,
out of
that's
commission
2.
now.
Bad call, brother. Like I said before, if you were here for Part 8, I cannot recommend the Diplomat heavy tank enough. It really is amazing. If we were to make it like a vehicle tier list in this game. Oh wow! I learned something new. The Fuel RPG can one-shot an Abrams. Good to know. Pretty cool. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh! Well, that's death number 4. All I have to say is that was a beautiful way to dispatch me. I couldn't be happier with how we died there. But we tried the tank out. We've learned that if you aren't going really fast, that Fuel RPG is going to punk you. So let's go ahead and do some counter punking.
Dirty deeds done for an exorbitant
Or as my friend Shadowforks would say, noob slagging.
Artillery in 3 spots on high ground. You need to destroy all the rockets.
With our good friend, the Warsong attack helicopter. Now, I'm pretty confident that this is based off of the Z-10 helicopter. Has a pretty similar shape.
Don't worry about me, boss. I'll catch a ride back.
Really cool looking. Let's go ahead and get on in there. Get that Chinese disguise going. It'll help make things go a little smoother. I wonder, did that faction hatred stick? It didn't. Nice. Alright. Or maybe we never got caught. I'm not really sure.
The Allies are getting hammered from the rockets. Watch out for
We are just going to go ahead and prioritize our rockets to deal with the artillery. There is a massive amount of SAMs in the area, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to have to be a little careful if we don't want to get punked ourselves. Speaking of.
Nice.
That's one down.
China can't dish out as much damage now.
2.
That launch is out of commission now.
And 3. Admittedly, the helicopter is much more efficient for this mission than the tank probably is, but I wanted to give it a shot. I know we need to get these boats. Don't mind me just coming on in.
On to the next one.
There's those SAMs I was talking about.
Another boat down.
I'm just gonna fly out, try and get that Chungus back. Oh, would you look at that? Lucky us. I'm gonna try 4 missiles to start with, see if it works. I love how you can launch multiple at a time. That is so sick.
I need to find some ammo.
It does not appear as though it did as much damage as I was hoping, though. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was an excellent shot from the, I think, a grenade launcher? So thankfully our autocannon does seem to be doing a marginal amount of damage here. So we're just going to keep hammering away at this until it's gone. Oh no, you don't worry about calling us in. That's not a thing. Alright, that's on fire. That's taken care of. We binged. Now I believe we need to wahoo. Still on fire, huh? There we go.
The Allied positions will all be fine. Now for the guys in charge of this attack. I've got the Chinese command centers located. Fortunately, the officers are easy to spot.
Alright, so we've got 3 officers. Oh, we only need to kill them? Oh, okay. Don't worry about that. I got plenty of that. Right here with this, I'm going to say 20mm autocannon, but it could be a 30. Goodbye.
Officer relieved of command.
You say hello, I say goodbye. Hello, goodbye. I don't know why you say goodbye, I say hello. You say why, I say I don't know.
Without commanders in the field, China is retreating from the Shanty.
Shazam.
Joyce will be glad. Might even crack a smile. Until he's got to pay us.
Such a cool looking helicopter. Alright, on to mission 2. That was nice. Oh, let's definitely get rid of our disguise before they shoot us. We did have to use pretty much all of our munitions there, so... I mean, maybe you'd have a little more success with an Anaconda there. I don't think so. Honestly, Warsong's probably your best bet.
Getting close to the Allied forces headquarters. It's that
go
large
ahead,
collection
land.
of tents next to the river.
Oh, this guitar track's kind of cool.
The shantytown's yours.
Money well spent.
It's interesting to me that China seized control of Universal Petroleum's refineries, yet the Allied forces are not moving to take them back.
Appearances. The world is watching, and I'm under orders not to seem too eager to get the oil. China doesn't have that problem. So our soldiers are out restoring peace and freedom while you...
Go after the oil for you. Why not? Give me the details.
One of our planes was shot down over Isla de Margarita.
That's Chinese territory.
It is now. When I say one of our planes,
You don't mean an Allied plane.
no.
You mean a CIA plane.
Carrying several agents, each with enough VZ intel in their heads to give Peng, the Chinese general, all the advantage he needs. I need them rescued.
Plane was expensive too, I bet.
I love working with a professional. Yes, I want you to blow up the plane, too.
Rescue your men, blow up the plane. Easy.
This is going to be tough. Full assault against heavily entrenched Chinese forces. Not an easy contract. Are you in?
No, absolutely we're in.
I'm concerned.
It's what I live for.
He just doesn't seem like a happy person.
I know his type. Nobody likes
We're
him.
definitely going to need
He'll
this Warsong
absolutely
attack
do the job
helicopter.
they sent him to do and
And for what it's worth,
fail.
I feel like as far as voice actors concerned, Agent Joyce is not the best. In fact, he might be the worst voice actor of all the main characters in this game.
They're still alive.
Or his voice actor in particular. At least for that role. Maybe he has good roles elsewhere. I won't make a blanket statement. The best voice actor, it's probably General Peng. He's really fun. And like I said before when we were doing, I think, the Chinese episode, if there's a demand to see the Chinese story missions, I could perhaps go back and do those. So I'm not against the idea. So just let me know if you want that. Now it is going to take us a bit to rotor up over there. So in the meantime, I might as well ask y'all what, I mean, one of my favorite directors is Mel Brooks. And I'm curious what everyone's favorite Mel Brooks movie is. If you've seen any of them. They're all fairly old for the most part. Like History of the World Part 2 came out, but that's a series. And then Spaceballs 2 got announced, so that might be why we're feeling a need to bring him up. He is just about 100 years old. Oh, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I really appreciate the Allied boat down below me shooting me. That was really nice of them. 22 health is just enough. Alright, so as far as objectives go, it's side objectives to get these agents out, so I'm not saying I'm gonna let him die, but I'm not saying I'm gonna let him live either.
We'll give a reward if you extract it. Plane first, men second. Nice to see he has his priorities straight.
House first, everything else second.
That's an
How is he
interesting
different from us?
opinion. The way that this mission is laid out doesn't particularly make the most sense. That is a massive boat. Okay. There's no oil nearby. Oh, I see. Well, that makes it a lot easier. Okay, that's one down.
The equipment wouldn't
We'll go ahead and run away, get our
On to the next
disguise back. Now, the reason we're not just going in gung-ho is because I am 100% certain there are a bunch of Sams waiting for us. Also, it appears that there's a bunch of tanks down here waiting for us, too. Too bad they're not going to really get the chance. Unless we colossally mess up. But, you know, that's entirely possible.
That's enough. Nothing left to salvage there.
You go ahead and... Oh, yep, see what I mean? Oh, that's bad. Well, it's a long way down, so, yeah, my favorite Mel Brooks movies, it's probably Blazing Saddles, but History of the World Part 1 is really funny. I'm a big fan of it. Oh, we made it down alright. Nice. Perfect landing. Okay. Well, let's steal us a tank, I guess? I doubt they're going to allow us to call in anything. I mean, might as well give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, well, we need to equip it. That would be a good start. Let's go ahead and get an Iron Mountain. And then show this dude the 1-4.
Great.
Uh-oh. This is not good. Alright, we're at 1 health. If we take another hit, we're probably gonna die. So... Oh, well, that was not entirely true, it would appear. Alright, nice. Okay. Oh, alright, well that... Hello, Dragonlance. Guess what? You gave me just enough time to get in my real tank. Yeah, I think mine's a little bigger than yours. Alright, mountain climbing mode. Activate. Nice. Let's go. Let's keep going. Beautiful. Oh man, what a lovely game. Where is this plane part at? Looks like on the side of the building here. Oh man, nothing like an all-terrain vehicle. This is what they meant when they said ATV. Okay. Hello, friend. Goodbye, friend.
That plane never existed. That's one CIA secret reserve.
Oh, we're getting reported this time. That's a fact.
If you keep this up, the Chinese are going to become hostile.
Fiona certainly has the talent for stating the obvious, doesn't she? Oh well. I don't give her too much problem for it. She's effective sometimes. I mean, she gets us our contracts, and like, she's our PDA presence. Now let's go ahead and get on out of here. I think there's no Chinese boats in the what? Uh-oh. Oh, we're a civilian. Never mind. They don't care. Nothing like the old speedboat. Get us on out of there. No, this ain't a speedboat. Who am I kidding? This is a motorboat. Hey, there. That feels nice to be a little vindicated there.
If you're ever stuck on what
Let's go ahead and transit back. And then this third mission, the Battle of Caracas, will be our final mission against the Chinese. Oh boy. Now, I recall the last time I played this, the Chinese side, this final mission was really difficult. So I'm curious to see if it's any easier for the Allies. Alright, Let's go on and get our final contract from the Allied nations.
Accident?
An IED went off. I was the target. Apparently, Solano knows I've been working with you and wants to discourage me.
It's a good thing he's not a threat to you. He'll keep that up unless you get me that nuclear bunker buster.
First things first. China, Venezuela, then Solano.
Admire your dedication.
It's how I got where I am. We're preparing to move into Caracas. Are you ready for the last contract?
I'm ready to bust Solano's hideout. Caracas, I can take or leave. But we had a deal, so yes, I'm ready.
We're launching a massive assault on Chinese positions in Caracas within the hour. Peng spent a lot of time preparing for us. He's got several reinforced outposts throughout the city.
And that's where I come in.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've read your file. This is the biggest engagement you've ever been a part of. We need you to get in there and take out those outposts. Otherwise, Allied casualties will be unacceptably high.
I'm only worried about mercenary casualties.
This is the final battle against China for all the, well, for all the oil in Venezuela. Win this for us, and you get your bomb. Deal?
Absolutely.
I'm concerned our stockpile is light.
Deal.
Now, there's a couple different ways that you can handle this. And they're going to give you some free call-ins. And you know what? We're going to take advantage of them. And the way we're going to do that is through the Warsong attack helicopter. It'll give us that speed we need, the firepower to defend ourselves, and the ability to position ourselves in the places we need to be to take down these targets. Now, do not be surprised if we die a couple times on this mission. It is not the easiest. Alright, time to rotor. Let's see here. Okay, so we'll go for the straight shot up and then over down. Be a little careful with the boats on the ground here. They will shoot at you, as we found out the hard way. Okay, we're fast approaching our first target. Oh, looks like we got... No, that's... We're seeing the HVT through the target lens. Here we are. Oh, the target is the SAM?
Tank's so expensive.
That's funny.
Word is out that you're working for the Allies. The Chinese have declared you as an enemy of the state. Don't expect a warm reception.
So I suppose it didn't matter if we lost our credibility last time with the Chinese.
True, but I think it's the first nuclear power.
Not really sure what that dialogue was about. Okay, we got another, I'm guessing Sam they want us to take out? Sam Jam? Jam Sam? We like Jam Sam. It's fun. Whoa! That is the sound of a friendly helicopter shooting at us, I'm pretty confident. Okay, so the immediate difference I can tell between this and the last mission is that the SAMs are our targets. Whereas, not the last mission, but the opposite of this. When you're the Chinese destroying the Allied positions, you have to take out the buildings. And each of the buildings are reinforced. Now, a SAM is a whole manner of easier to take out. Like, check this out. This is a Kung Fu classic right here. You like Kung Fu treachery? Let me tell you about some Kung Fu treachery. You ever met the ocean before? It's a nice place for tanks out here. Into the Shadow Realm you go. Oh yeah, for all those Yu-Gi-Oh enjoyers out there, after King Kong, which will be my next solo Let's Play, we're gonna go straight into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses, is my thought. Another 2002 game. If you guys remember Scooby-Doo 90100 Frights. It's definitely the strangest Yu-Gi-Oh! Game ever made. It's based off of a board game rather than the card game so much, which I find is really fun. It's got a lot of great like strategic thinking in it. Kind of reminds me of chess, but plays nothing like it really. Well, a little bit. Like you have a deck master. If they get attacked directly, that takes from your life points, so it's sort of like your king. And then you can summon up creatures, and like depending on their strength, you could consider them different pieces on a chessboard. My dad was really fond of chess. I'm not the biggest fan myself. So this is General Peng right here. I don't think they care if he's alive, so we're just gonna kill him. Yeah, honestly, that is expected. Go ahead and jump out the heli. Oh, or jump back in. I mean, that is an option. I could do that.
Beautiful female mercenary inbound.
Alright, let's scan our good old friend General Peng. Just like that, we've completed all of the missions for the Allies.
It's done. We couldn't have won without you.
That's true. And now I need the nuke you promised me.
Well, there's a lot of red tape. I can't go around handing nuclear bunker busters out to mercenaries. Maybe you could buy one.
You son of a bitch.
God.
Fiona!
Solana just nuked the Allied HQ. He's making a broadcast.
Give Allied forces to non-evacuate Venezuela immediately. Further nuclear detonations will occur.
How much red tape is there now?
All right, damn it. It's yours. But you've got to get him, Louis. I can't act. The president is ordering me to pull out. Solano's going to win. You've got to get him.
The nuke is all I need.
Oh, shiznit. Alright, friends. This is it. The final mission of Mercenaries 2. I hope you're excited, because I sure am. It's been a long time coming now.
Get away from the mic. All hell is breaking loose. The remnants of Carmona's army are fighting back. Get to Solano's bunker and obliterate it.
These are interesting vehicles. Now, you're probably wondering why we're calling in the Anaconda. Really simple. If you recall our strategy from the first time we went to Solano's bunker, we ended up just using the Venezuelan identity to hide the whole time. We're going to do the same thing with this Anaconda. So we can get right up to the bunker. Now we do need to destroy all the jammers probably again before we can actually call in the nuclear bunker buster. And fair warning, I will let you know right now, it is entirely possible to miss with the nuclear bunker buster, which is hilarious. You have to aim it at a pretty particular spot before it actually counts. Also, is the music serious enough? I mean, I guess what's at stake is Solano nuking his own country. Technically, he's won the conflict if the allied nations are willing to pull out. And you gotta kind of give him props for being the first person to detonate a nuclear bomb in a war zone since World War II. A much bigger one, mind you. Now, I'm kind of curious how exactly we were able to avoid detection. Or not, my bad, that is not at all what I meant. I'm kind of curious how we were able to avoid death. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. With, like, the nuclear fallout swept over us. Like, maybe we have radiation poisoning and we're just on our way to die, but until then, we have our chance to get Solano. Speaking of, you can see the bunker from all the way over here. Wow. Someone's shooting at me from the ground. It's probably either an American or Chinese boat. Not too big a deal. Now, you might recall I'm terrible at QTEs. That may come into effect here in the final boss. We'll see. Surely I won't mess up any more QTs this playthrough. I mean, it's so close to being over. Alright, here we are. So, let's see. It doesn't look like there are any jammers this time, just tanks and a helicopter defending it. So, easy peasy.
Great.
Some SAM sites, we gotta take care of that. Looks like we got pretty decent at... Oh, I was just about to compliment our dodging skill. Another helicopter came in from behind. It's fine. Oh, it's a Kestrel. That's pretty funny. So, a couple things you can do. You can shoot the pilot out. That's definitely one option. Or you can just hammer it with your minigun until it explodes. Which is what we did. Alright. Get the rest of the riffraff here just to make sure we don't break our concentration for when we go after a nuclear bunker buster call-in. We only get one after all, so make it count.
Tell Solano I'm coming for him.
Alright, here we go.
I drop bomb! Now leave me alone! Crisis in Copenhagen! Ah!
Thank you, Misha. Lovely dialogue as always. That time, it appears it worked.
Wow, that was impressive.
And we get a checkpoint, thankfully. We're gonna need it more than likely. Alright, Solano, we're coming for you. Here we go. Final QTE of the game. Let's hope we get on the first try, gentlemen. Gentlewomen.
We meet again.
And those of who don't go by the binary. Okay, we're doing okay so far. That's 2. That's 3. Oh, nope, that ain't good. Alright, that's fine. So, that's right stick on that 4th one, or right direction on the left stick on the 4th one. Okay. It might take us a couple tries. Remember, I'm not the best at, uh-oh. Not quite what we wanted to see. I thought our checkpoint would be a little forward of that. Got a little kung fu treachery though.
Laser-guided airstrike incoming on your
Because I think if we call this in, it's just going to destroy everything in front of me instantly. Okay, my assumption was not correct. However, I do have a... Oh boy. I don't know if we're going to be able to run past this. Okay, so... Alright. Looks like we got a little bit of kung fu treachery to deal with here. Oh, I know I didn't think of this. We got our call-ins. You didn't see anything. Oh, he saw something. It's not good. Oh man, I am just the worst at QTs. Alright, come on, rocket artillery. So, okay, thank goodness, actually. Whew, spooky. Alright, let's try this again, shall we?
Laser-guided airstrike incoming on your target.
Alright, come on, Misha, you got this. Nice. Alright, we're going in. And I think if you just run past these guys, you get to the helicopter. Yep, alright. Oh.
Here's your money, mercenary. Little good may it do. Until we meet again.
LOL? Oh, that is hilarious. Oh no! What is happening? Oh, this is great. So the next one's A. And then the next one's right. Okay, and I think there might be one more after this. It's X. Yep. Oh, this. This is possibly the best ending of Mercenaries 2 I've ever seen.
We meet again.
You're mad! We're out of control! We'll both die!
I don't care.
What is it you want? You want money?
Oh, we can kind of see what's
That's
happening.
What you've always wanted, right? You want me to pay, isn't that it? You want me to pay?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Payday.
Oh, man. That is just the greatest glitch I have seen in a long time.
Joyce, Solano's dead. Get your checkbook ready. It's payday.
Oh, hey, there we are.
There's more good.
And justice for all.
No. With this much money on the line, no reason to worry about Jen.
All right. Now we can go.
Well, all right. Okay, job well done. All safe and sound.
Jen, how do you feel about India?
All right. But this time we get paid in advance.
Thank you so much for sticking around, man. This was a wonderful playthrough to play again and commentate over. I really enjoy Mercenaries 2. I really enjoy pandemic games. The Xbox 360 is a fun console to play on. I'm glad to be doing Let's Plays for y'all. This is the third Let's Play that I've completed all the way. It's also my third Let's Play I started, so good to keep that in sync for now at least. It's a shame that most of the people who worked on this game really weren't particularly fond of it. So you won't really find them in too many other games. Now, if anyone is aware of some of the other games that the people who worked on this made, I'd be curious to check that out and perhaps research further into that, see if those games are fun. Let's see if... oh, Peter Stormare is Matthias Nielsen? That's great. I think I've heard Jennifer Hale before. Gwen Copeland? I don't think... I've heard of Kenneth Copeland, but I never heard of Gwen. Well, that brings me to the final point, I suppose. Or not final point, but the thanks I want to give to you, the audience, for watching this far. My good friend Shadowforks and my good friend Count Vason for helping me get started on the YouTube path. And most importantly, my father, Stephen Randolph Hicks Jr. Without him, none of this would have been possible. He inspired me to become the man I am today, and I thank him so much, more than he could ever know. May he rest in peace. So, I mentioned that the next playthrough is going to be King Kong. And what I mean by that is, if you hadn't watched the previous parts, is King Kong, or Peter Jackson's King Kong the movie, the game, or the official movie, or official game of the movie, something like that. It's got a silly title, but it has some of the best atmospheric quality in games. Like you really feel like you're there and you're participating with all this. The horror elements are fantastic. We're going to be playing with no HUD. for all the missions that are first person, and honestly for the King Kong missions as well. It does combine some elements of FPS horror along with like third person God of War style combat. Of course, the King Kong parts are a little weak, but you win some, you lose some. So, back to Mercenaries 2. I'd say the strongest part of Mercenaries 2 has got to be the vehicle, just the variety in general. We'll go with that. Like, there's so much different things you can use. There's all the different weapons, like the hunting pistol we enjoyed, the different rifles, different rocket launchers, all the different vehicles that were really fun, like the helicopter gunships, the tanks, the different civilian vehicles. The missions were probably one of the weakest parts of the game, I'd say. Especially considering, well, the missions for like the level 1, 2, and 3 thing. So if any of y'all were here for some of the bonus content episodes, that'd be like 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8 were the bonus content episodes. There's a lot of just repeating a mission, just trying to do it over and over again, and then it's only level 3 that actually is kind of hard. So I suppose oh, the Bolivarian Revolution, huh? I guess that kind of settles where they feel. They're probably on the communist side. You know, that's a good point to make. My final takeaway from this game is I felt like the people who made it weren't so, like, they weren't openly anti-US, but the dialogue points that way. They viewed it as kind of like an oil-hungry superpower willing to trounce over sovereignty of different countries. Well, not openly, but like behind closed doors. Now, not to say they didn't view China the same way, but they put that out in the open comparatively. If you get a chance to look up the cutscenes for China, or I end up doing an episode where I just take on those 3 missions that they have as well. It's quite the experience playing this game again. We only died like, let's see. Oh, we died about 4 times on the last episode. Well, not on the last episode, but the last mission, rather. So I think for like a total of 8 throughout the whole playthrough. Not the most difficult game. I mean, you can make it more difficult. We ended up doing things that led to the path of least resistance quite often in this playthrough. And I just felt like that for viewers, it's the best way to handle it, especially considering there's so much side content we needed to go through. And I didn't want to be like other playthroughs I saw of Mercenaries 2, where a lot of people just only do like 1 or 2 side missions and then just focus on the main content, because that, in my opinion, would have made for an incredibly short playthrough. And I mean, we've already got the Red Dead Revolver and Scooby-Doo playthroughs that coming in at about 4 hours each. So I figured I'd give my shot at a try for something of a bit longer quality. So my guess is this is going to be somewhere between like 15 and 20 hours of content. And for any of you who actually watched all of it, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me, and I appreciate it sincerely. If you decide that you like the content, remember to like and subscribe. I'm happy to put out more. My plan, I already have 2 more solo Let's Plays planned, what games they are specifically. And then I've got, if you've been watching some of the other content on the channel, the duo comm with my good friend Shadow Forks. We're playing Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops. That's been going great. I've been really enjoying that. Although in the last couple episodes I felt like I was complaining a little too much, so I'm going to try and tone that down a bit. And then I've got the multicom with my friends Tankman and Geo for Hearts of Iron 4, which also quite fun. Get to play as my favorite country on there, the Soviet Union, and I'm really enjoying the experience over there. I played Hearts of Iron 4 more than any other game I probably ever played, at least according to Steam. I definitely have. So I have a lot of experience in that game, and I'm happy to share some of the insights I've gained over time with you all, in case you're interested in learning how to play it. Now, the kind of content you can expect in the future, like a bit far off from now, definitely, this channel's more focused around older games, so it's going to be stuff on like the PS2, the 360, the Xbox original, maybe the PS3 if I get the wherewithal to actually play it for more than 10 minutes, because I'm not the biggest fan of the PS3, but I have some games that I think would be fun to play on there. And then perhaps even the PS4, because I would like to do another Catherine playthrough, but this time for the channel, because I think Catherine is amazing, and maybe even Persona 4 or Persona 5, if I decide I want to take on a 100-part series. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think it would be very fun to upload 4-hour videos though, so I'll probably break those up a bit. If there's any content that you want to see on the channel, I could perhaps do. Like, I wouldn't mind doing a tier list here and there, maybe. Or, like, a discussion video with some of the homies. Could even be kind of fun. I've also been thinking about War Thunder, like I said in the last part, that I would perhaps do a playthrough for, or if I got a particularly good level, I would record it and then commentate over it. So not a live com, but a post commentary, which I haven't tried yet, and I'd be excited to learn how to do. I have had some requests to play Mercenaries 1, so perhaps that could come. I have it on the PS2 and the original Xbox, so for those who want Mercenaries 1, go ahead and let me know what you would prefer, and I'll keep that in mind for when I play it. Personally, though, I think maybe I'd prefer it on the PS2. I'm not really sure, actually. It's kind of a toss-up. The only time I've ever beaten it was on the PS2, so that's certainly something. Alright, looks like we're pretty much near the end of the credits, I think. Go ahead and let that roll. Awesome. So yeah, thank you so much for joining. This is the final goodbye for Mercenaries 2. Until next time, Auf Wiedersehen.